Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for tuning in and joining us today. I know I've been talking a lot about spring lately, but it's officially the end of March. We've officially entered the spring season, which is fitting because today, my friends, we are talking about a brand new collection of products. Just as of this morning, we have launched our new and improved home cleaning line just in time for spring cleaning. My name is Kristin. I'm the National Educator here at Sage. It's an honor and a privilege every time I have the opportunity to share my passion for products. I think you probably have an idea about how excited I am to talk to you about these new products today. And before we get started, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. I'm just going to take you back in time a little bit. So if you've been with us for a while, if you've been a fan of Sage over the last few years, you may recall that back in early 2018, we actually launched our first home cleaning line. And these products were awesome, but there were a couple of things that weren't so awesome that we really heard you on. We really heard your feedback. This is what sent us back to the drawing board and really made us decide that we wanted to reinvent and reinvigorate this line. There are a couple of things I'm going to call out as sort of keys that we heard loud and clear through the feedback. So number one was about true multi-surface efficacy. And by that, what I mean is that we had actually recommended a number of surfaces to be excluded from use with the home cleaning products. What we had found is there was a potential for the formula to leave streakiness or a little bit of murkiness on surfaces. So that was number one. And number two was about packaging. So again, they were awesome products, but they were packaged in plastic. So even when plastic is recyclable, it can still just create a lot of excess waste. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is stick with me through the next little while, and I have a feeling I'm going to be able to address all of those concerns with our brand new home cleaning line. So today I'm going to take you through 4 product kits. We're going to talk all about the products, the ingredients, how to use them. I promise I'm going to make it super simple and super clear. So without further ado, let's jump into the kits. And I'm going to stay in that vein of true multi-purpose and multi-surface functionality. I'm going to introduce the first 2 products. So in the multi-surface cleaning category, we are actually launching 2 different products. The biggest difference between them here is really about scent. So we created these products to give you options. If you're someone who prefers something really citrusy, light, sort of uplifting, we have an option for you. If you're someone who loves the scent of the great outdoors, so you want something a little more woody, a little more herbaceous, we have a scent for you there as well. I'm going to grab one of the kits to show you what it's going to look like. This is product number 1. So in the multi-surface category, you're going to see right at the bottom eucalyptus and black spruce. So this is the one that I mentioned is going to have that woody sort of herbaceous note. I want to show you the inside of the box here as well, just so you can get an idea of what you're working with in terms of the product and the packaging. And then of course, I'm going to show you them nice and up close and personal. So when we talk about multi-surface functionality, we're talking about many, many surfaces in the home you're looking to clean. So think about everything from your kitchen cupboards, to your counters, to your sinks, to your appliances, to your tabletops. I think you get the idea of what I'm saying here in terms of really being able to use these across the board. I want to break it down for you in terms of essential oil ingredients and then functional ingredients you'll see listed on the packaging. In my experience, a lot of times when you look at natural products, particularly in cleaning, you see all of these big words and these complicated ingredients, and it sounds really hard to break down. It's also hard to understand, like, how are those actually coming from plants, or how are they staying in line with our mission at Sage, which is 100% plant-based. So I'm going to just break down a few of the ingredients that you'd see right on the packaging. I also want to note that in the description of the video, my lovely assistant Allison has included a link to the latest blog that we launched on home cleaning. So if you really want to get in the nitty-gritty, you want to break down every ingredient in the formula, that blog's going to help you do it. So number 1, let's get started with ingredients. You're going to see something listed as caprylyl glucoside. You're probably wondering what the heck is that, and I'm going to make it simple for you to understand. This is what we would call a non-ionic surfactant. And to make it even more simple, this is the cleaning power in the ingredients. So when you really think about removing dirt and grease and grime, when you really think about getting a clean surface, this is the ingredient that's going to help you do it. You'll also see something listed in the formula called sodium carbonate. This comes to us from a natural mineral called trona, and its purpose in the ingredient list, it's really about surfactant efficacy. So what this is going to do is actually serve as a builder in the formula. It's going to help soften water, and that's really going to improve the surfactant efficacy. So you see everything here is just really working towards a true multi-surface, multi-purpose functionality, a wonderful cleanser that smells amazing, is great for the home. So I want to pause there just to share something that you've likely heard me talk about in the past, which is about artificial fragrance. This is a personal passion for me as a person who is particularly sensitive to fragrance, and again, that's going to be specifically synthetic scent. It has been so high on my priority list to move everything in my home to naturally scented product. So when we were, like I said, sort of reimagining, reinvigorating this cleaning line, we wanted to create products that smell amazing. They smell fresh, they smell clean, but they're not going to cause any of the sort of issues or concerns that you can experience with synthetic product. I know when I look back in time, I think that wheezing and labored breathing and sneezing, I thought these were all just sort of par for the course when you were cleaning your home. And I've really come to learn, like I said, over the years, that there are options that, don't make that necessary for us. So let's talk again. I'm going to go back to this one, eucalyptus and black spruce. So we talked about some of the functional ingredients. Let's talk about the essential oils. You'll see that we've selected oils in the products that are known for their many, many cleansing and disinfectant properties. You're going to see that on the packaging we list words like antibacterial and I'm tripping over my words, antibacterial and antimicrobial. And these are really key important benefits of essential oils that if you do a little Google, you do a little search, you see that they've been well studied and well researched for these benefits. And these can be used both physically, so you see them in topical products, as well as in this cleaning capacity. So that's how you're going to see them show up here. So not only do they provide, like I said, a really natural and fresh fragrance, they're not going to be irritants to the respiratory tract. So they're not going to cause those sort of issues that you can find with other products. The second formula, the one that I had showed you in the open box, it's lemon and grapefruit. So that's the option for someone who wants something that's a little bit more citrusy and fresh. If you love those uplifting notes, those are notes that can be mood boosting. You're just going to love sort of spritzing and spraying that all over the place, and it gives you those two options. I'll show you the products out of the packaging, but we're going to talk maybe just at the end. I'll show you about how to use them. So this is what's going to be included in each of the kits. So that's sort of product 1 and 2 in the multi-surface category. Next, I'm going to introduce our bathroom cleaning kit. So this is what it looks like here. Very, very excited to have a bathroom cleaner added to our arsenal here. I want to talk about the essential oil ingredients. So you'll see on the front, tea tree and lemon. Tea tree is just a known antibacterial. This is such a cleansing ingredient. It has that really herbal, almost medicinal note, really well known in aromatherapy. Lemon, again, is widely used in cleaning products. It just has those cleaning and fresh notes. It's deodorizing, it's disinfecting. And then there's a third ingredient here that I love, which is called thyme. So thyme is another really herbaceous note in essential oils, but it's very, very well renowned for its disinfectant properties. It truly is known for its cleansing abilities. So you put this all together, think about the bathroom in terms of things like soap scum, grime. This is an area that can really, really collect a lot of residue. Something I want to share as well, if you're like me, I'm a really big user of essential oils. So specifically in the bath, I use different bath salt products, massage oil products, and that can leave residue in the tub. What I always love to share is that like attracts like. So if you think about essential oil residue and then cleaning products that have essential oils, they sort of attract to one another, and then they'll actually like negate that effect. So they're really, really great at removing any of those types of residues, like I said, or grimes that you find in the bathroom. So just a little tip there. And I want to share that this is one I've actually already put together. So this has the water and the cleaner concentrate added, and we're going to talk about the bottle functionality in just a moment. And then another one of the functional ingredients that you see in the bathroom cleaner, it's called decylglucoside. This is a mildly foaming surfactant. So when you see a little bit of that sort of bubbling and foaming that comes from the cleaning product, again, this is where it's coming from. This is one of the ingredients that is key. So when I talked about that in the multi-surface cleaners, you're going to see it here as well. I also want to call out out that anytime you see alcohol listed in the products, this is derived from corn. So we're using this to really sort of stabilize the base. It has, again, its cleansing properties, but of course is plant derived. And then the last product that we're introducing as part of the line is our glass and mirror cleaning kit. So again, you see just these beautiful boxes. I want to call attention to the back of the packaging, just that shows so much information about the ingredients and how to use. This is obviously a fully recyclable cardboard packaging, but it might be great just to hold on to for the first while, just as you're learning about the product. So we called it glass and mirror cleaning because we really want to sort of tout the benefits of both of those things. So think about surfaces like your windows, think about your mirrors, also think about glass top surfaces in the kitchen. So someone had mentioned this morning it's fantastic at cleaning a glass top stove. So think about any of those sort of areas. One of the functional ingredients I want to mention today, it's vinegar. So vinegar is really commonly used in products. One of its active ingredients, it's called acetic acid. That's what really gives that sharp sort of pungent note to vinegar. A lot of times what people don't love about this is the scent that it leaves behind. So it's a highly effective cleanser, but it can just leave, like I said, a little bit of that undesirable scent. Of course, we have taken care of that with the beautiful essential oil formula. So again, you'll see right on the front of the box, grapefruit and palmarosa are the ingredients that we're calling out, as well as some lemon. So grapefruit and lemon, they're both zesty, they're fresh, they're uplifting. Palmarosa is a touch of a floral scent, so just like a beautiful little mid note there in the product. And all of these ingredients together help create streak-free shine. They really give that clarity to glass and mirrors that you're looking for. And then again, they're going to smell amazing. So that's a little bit about each of the formulations, the 4 kits. Now I want to just talk about how to use them. I'm going to show you how you would prepare them. And then I also just want to offer that each of these kits include the refillable and reusable glass bottle, as well as one of the concentrates. And then going forward, the concentrates are sold on their own. So you would just need to pick up one of these little glass vials here for going forward in creating your next solution. So this is the one that I wanted to show you as empty with the concentrate here. So in terms of how to use, very, very simple. This is a glass bottle. You know, I always love to give the little tap. It has this silicone sleeve here on the bottom, so this is just going to prevent any sort of damage if you sort of slam the bottle down a little too quickly. And then I want to call attention to the brand new trigger. So we really, really heard the feedback in our previous home cleaning line that over an extended period of time, we were seeing some stickiness here with the trigger, and that's just normal and to be expected with wear over a long period of time. But we wanted to make sure that this was really, really a superior product. So we tested and tested and tested, and we're very, very happy to have landed on this piece here. So all you would do is just remove your plastic lid, that's your bottle there, and then you want to take your concentrate and empty the entire concentrate into the bottle. So 1 full concentrate and 1 full bottle, that's how you make your cleaning product. So I'm too nervous, I think, to do it on camera. I don't want to do any spilling, so we're just going to simulate the experience. So you would add, like I said, the full concentrate to the bottle, and then you want to fill with water just sort of here to the shoulder, kind of the top of the bottle. You can use a distilled or filtered water if you choose, but I want to share to say it's absolutely safe to just use a tap water. And the best tip that I want to give you to avoid any over foaming or over bubbling is to pour slowly. So in my experience, if you sort of blast the tap on in the water and just pour it quickly into the bottle, it causes a lot of foaming and bubbling within. So I add the concentrate and then just turn the tap onto like a lower bit of stream. So just a little bit of a slower water, and let it fill the bottle, like I said, all the way to the shoulder. And then you should see just a small and normal amount of the foaming at the top. At that point, you're just going to re-secure your trigger piece here. Just make sure it's nice and tight. And then when it comes to mixing and sort of blending the product together, all you have to do is just give it a little bit of a light twirl. So I don't know, I'm not getting this on here so well, but you just want to give it, I'm going to show you with the product that is already filled, a little bit of like this. That's all you need is like a slow little mix and blend. And you see already at the top, I've got a little bit of that foaming there. This is the bathroom cleaner, by the way. So you don't need to do any sort of like vigorous shaking or really just sort of over blending of the product. You can let it sort of come together on its own. And then, like I said, at that point in time, we're just cleaning away, my friends. And so you really do have the option of using these products as frequently as you'd like. You can test them out in all sorts of different ways in the home. I do always say that I still recommend just a little bit of a spot test. If you are nervous or you're curious about a certain service, give it a little bit of a spot test. But our team did a wonderful and extensive job in really testing the products and ensuring that there weren't any surfaces that we wanted to exclude in terms of use. And so, like I said, you're going to be able to purchase just these little refills individually at the time that you need to refill your bottles. So my experience as well, just going through these, is that a little goes a long way and they last a really long time. I've been having a great time testing different surfaces in my home. In particular, the bathroom cleaner, like I said, is where I found that you needed really little elbow grease to get through some areas that typically are a little bit tougher, like the tub and the tiles. And so that's all I have for you today, my friends. A really exciting launch. Again, our brand new home cleaning collection. You can check this out on sage.com. Some really great and comprehensive information about the products. Again, I'll refer you to the blog if you really want a thorough breakdown of each of those additional functional ingredients. And then, of course, if you have the opportunity, I encourage you to visit our local stores, just so you can actually try the bottles yourself, play with the triggers when you're in store, get a great idea of what the products smell like, and then, of course, you can take them home to really get started on your cleaning. So with that, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful weekend. I hope you get a chance to get outside, take some deep breaths. If you have any questions, anything else I can help you with in regards to the products, please jump over to the comment section and I'll make sure to chat with you there. Have a really great weekend, everyone. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.